Let's do multiplication and division, okay? Multiplication and division. I'm gonna do multiplication in this sign and division in this sign and show you guys how, if you know one of them, you can remember the other one. I'm just gonna show both right here, multiplication right here and division right here, so you guys can compare and in yourself see the difference and see how you do it. Okay, for the multiplication of a fraction is the easiest one. It's the easiest operation when you're dealing with fraction, because when you multiply two fractions, the only thing you need to know is how to multiply. That's the only thing you need to know, because when you have two fractions, you're trying to multiply them, you multiply the top and you put it on the top right here. You multiply the bottom and you put it in the bottom right here. So 2 times 5, that's give you 10. And 3 times 6, that's give you 18. See how easy it is? That's it. Now, the only thing you want to do, if you want to, is to simplify. Again, most of the instructor can give the answer like that. They're not going to bother you. What is the answer? 10, 18. But if you want to simplify, like I said, you can simplify. You divide this by 2, that's going to give you 5. And you divide 18 by 2, that's going to give you 9. From here, you can simplify it no more. That's it. So this answer and this answer, this fraction and this fraction should give you the same decimal if you do the division directly. You should get the same decimal number for both of them, because this and this are exactly the same. So let me show you another way you could get the answer. If you could see that 6 is a multiple of 2, 2 is a multiple of 6, you could say, okay, if this is 2, what number can I multiply by 6? 2 to give me 6. You say 3, so that's basically can be 3 times 2 right here. And you can say, oh, that's a 2 right here, that's a 2 right here, I cancel it. And you say this is gonna be 1, 2 times 1. So you say 1 times 5 instead of 2 times 5, and you delete this 2 and you say 3 times 3. So 1 times 5, that's gonna give you 5. And 3 times 3, that's give you 9. So you can simplify either before you solve or after you solve. Okay? Let me clear it up so you guys don't get confused. So it was 2/5 times 3/6. Okay, so 2/3. It was 2/3. Okay, so that's how it was. So I say 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 6 is 18. So like I said, if you wanna do it, if you want to simplify it before you multiply the numbers, you can say, okay, that's 2/3 times 5 over. I can write 6 as 3 times 2, and I can write 2 as 2 times 1. Any number you multiply by 1, you're gonna get the same number, because 1 is the neutral number for multiplication. If you say 2 times 1 is 2, 100 times 1 is 100. Myself times 1 is myself. A potato times 1. A potato times 1 is equal to a potato. The same potato. So anything you multiply by 1, you're gonna get the same thing. So 2 times 1 is the same as 2. So I say right here, I see a 2 right here, a 2 right here. Okay, I can simplify these 2. And I say 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. And 3 times 3 is 9. So these two fractions is equal to each other. Okay, now I'm going for the division part. I'm gonna get the same fraction and show you guys the division. You just do a little trick, then you multiply to get the fraction, to get the answer. So if I have 2/3 and divided by 5/6, so what I do is I take the first fraction and I multiply it. Instead of division, I multiply instead by the inverse of this fraction. What I mean by inverse, top become bottom and bottom become top. So the 6 was in the bottom, now 6 is going to be on the top. The 5 was on the top, and 5 is going to flip to the bottom. And guess what? You do the same thing right here. You multiply the top by themselves and the bottom by themselves. So I got 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 5, 18. That's it. That's how you do it. And again, if you want to simplify it, guys, you could do the same thing right here. This 6 could be 3 times 2. And you could delete this 3, delete this 3, and you'd get 2. Hold on. You get 2 times 2 is 4. And 1 times 5 is 5. So that's the same thing as if I divide this by 3. Hold on, my mistake, guys. I'm sorry. This should be 3 times 5 is 15. It's 15. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. So sorry about that. Okay, so now if I divide the top by 3 and I divide the bottom by 3, guess what? I'm gonna get the same one, the same fraction. Because 12 divided by 2 is 4, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. As long as you divide the top by the same number that you divide the bottom, you should get a fraction that is similar with your previous fraction. So in this fraction right here and this fraction, they're equal. You can say 4/5 is equal to 12/15. Alright, that's how we're gonna stop for today, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like I said again, it is Silas Tutoring Center. You can catch me on Facebook and on YouTube, and I'm gonna be uploading another video later to show you more how to simplify, because simplification can be hard, and I understand that because I did this very fast because I already know in my head how to simplify. But for who don't know how to simplify, I'm gonna do another video and show you guys how to simplify. Okay, peace.